Excuse me. Hey, Miss Gigi. I think I was buffering, so I started a new live feed. I won't keep y'all much longer. Hi, y'all. Hi, y'all. Hi, ladies. We're back. Was I buffering? Yes, I think it was. Hey, Miss Andrea. We're back. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Miss Combi Lacey. I think I saw the phone flash, so I was like, oh. And then I saw the numbers start dropping. So I was like, oh, I must be buffering. I apologize that, we have to keep doing that. But if y'all don't mind, until somebody figures out what's going on in this cozy cottage, this is what it is. Maybe sometimes I'll bring it inside. But he's been working inside lately. But he'll be back out here soon because Pork Chop will be here at the beginning of August. But I appreciate y'all coming in and out. I know that's not convenient, so I apologize in advance. Ah, thank you, Miss Angela. I appreciate that. I love doing this. I really do. All right, so it says, would I rather be right or still be invited into the person's heart later? Okay. Thank you, Miss Andrea. Um, Trust God's role as teacher. All right. It's not your job to be everyone's life lesson, and that's even our adult children. It is not our job to be everyone's life lesson. Thank y'all. I love y'all. Um, God teaches people in His timing through His process. He teaches people in His timing through His process. Okay? Let Him do the correcting, you do the loving. Okay? Because, like my mama would say, when God put that whooping on your head, and I used to be like, what? What? I've gotten that whooping put on my head and it hurts. And I needed someone to be in my corner and be loving after that whooping I got. I needed someone, so be that someone. Because, baby, ain't no whooping like God's whooping. What they say, your arms are too short to box with God, and that is the absolute truth. Ain't no whooping like if you've ever had a whooping sent by the Lord, let me know in the chat because I have, and that whooping like to kill me, okay? Like to kill me, and I needed someone. I needed someone to love me back to health, okay? Absolutely too short. Your arms are too short to box with God, people. He's right on time with you, sis. Ah, thank you, Miss Donna. I know it's so hard. You see them going down. It's a God He will set them straight. I know I've been set straight a few times. My mom used to say that when I was a little girl. She's like, God put that whipping on your. Whoa! Whoa, that is nothing. Nothing can compare to when the things start happening, and you're like, "What the?" And you know why you're getting what you're getting. You know you ain't do right. You know why you're getting what you're getting, and it hurts. Like, and everything's happening, and you're just like, Lord, please, you are begging for mercy. I could laugh about it now, but baby, I was in absolute tears. I was broke down. So ain't nothing like God's whipping, and I wish I would have had people to love me back. Okay, love me back to health. Love me back to 100%. So be that person. Be that person. Lord, help me to be that person to love them back. Okay, because ain't no whooping like your whooping. The timing is impeccable. Okay, it's impeccable. You're like, why is all these things happening right now? It's like, oh my gosh. Yes, he put you in your place. Lord, I can laugh now, but baby, I was distraught, broke down, okay? But don't get a whooping and don't learn from it. Oh, that one, right? When you go back for the second round, no thank you. No. I know when I've been knocked out. I know when I have been knocked out. He will let that, absolutely, Miss Cassandra, he will let you know he is God. So, yeah. God teaches people in his timing through his processing. Let him do the correcting, you do the loving. Embrace humility as power. Soft power is about restraint, okay? And it really is. Having soft power, quiet influence, all of those things, it is about you having restraint, you controlling, because you are the only person you can control. You controlling your words, how you speak, how you move, how you react, all of those things. That is soft power. Let people come to their own conclusions without needing to gloat or correct them afterward. Hey, Miss Crystal. Ah, good. Happy Tuesday. It's so good to see you. Let people come to their own conclusions without needing to gloat or correct them afterward. There's no need to say, I told you so. There's no need to listen. Just like we talked about, after God put that whooping on their head, there's no need for you to add to it. There's no need for you to add anything. God did everything that he needed to do, okay? There is no need for you to put anything with it. I don't even want to, okay? I don't want to. Lord, I do not. You do it all, Lord. I don't want to. I don't want to. The woman who holds her tongue in love is often the strongest woman in the room. And we said that yesterday. You putting a restraint on this and in love, not because you're holding it for later. Because sometimes we do that too, right? We'll cry it because we know later on we can say what we need to say. We're being quiet in love, okay? Not because we're going to come back and say something later. With love, I'm going to restrain from what I think I should say, and I'm going to let God handle this. And I'm going to be here for you, because after he put that whooping on you, you're gonna need somebody to bandage you up, okay? You're gonna need somebody to put some band-aids on your little ointment, all of those things. And I'm open to being that person. I'm open to being that person. So shift from correction to compassion, right? What we talked about earlier, being compassionate. It's truly a lost virtue that we have to get back to as feminine women of faith. Forget everyone else. Forget other people. You, me. I'm talking to myself. Have to get back to being compassionate, being loving, being kind, offering grace, offering warmth, offering forgiveness, offering it. Not just, when they say something and I'll just let them know. No, offering it. I forgive you. Don't worry about that. Things will get better. We'll work this out, right? All of those things. Instead of, I told you this would happen, say, that's tough. I know how hard that lesson is. Or, we've all been there. Let's figure out what's next. Those would be really good things to say. Stop. Woo. Lord, why is you hitting me with all this stuff today? Stop keeping score. Stop keeping score. And you know what? My husband had to correct me on this weekend. And I didn't know this is something that I did all the time until he brought it out. And that's what marriage will do for you. That was what marriage will do for you. But he told me this weekend. He said, you have a habit of, when someone says something to you, you take it quite literally and bring it back in their face. And so someone had said something to me, close to me, that they didn't want to say anything. They didn't want to talk to me no more, that they was going to do their own thing, right? And literally spoke to me, right? Literally spoke to me. And I said hello. And then they wanted to have a conversation. And I was like, no, 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 no. You said you was going to do your own thing. You said that you was going to, he said, Nicole. And this is how he said it. He said, you do that. He said, you do that to me. And that's probably why. You know, he said, don't you ever say things out of hurt and anger? And I was like, dang. I was like, ouch. I was like, ouch. That's a part of keeping score, y'all. That's, you said this, so I'm gonna do this. That's a part of keeping score, y'all. Lord, that's, you knew. Look how God, look at God. Look how he aligns things up, because I didn't know what I was going to talk about this week. I really didn't. And I came up with this yesterday, since we had talked about boss behavior, or, you know, being bossy and telling people what to do. I was like, well, you know what? We should talk about saying I told you so, or being right. I don't know. And look at this. This exact weekend, okay, at my uncle's celebration of life, because we didn't really have like a funeral, it was like a memorial, because he was cremated. That person tried to have a conversation with me. And I said, oh, no, 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 you said, this is what you said. And he said, you do that to me. He said, I notice you do that a lot. He said, you tell people, and I tried to defend myself, and I was like, well, they said don't. He said, don't you ever say anything out of hurt and anger? Yeah, I do. I do. Lord, forgive me for that, Lord. Sincerely, Lord, thank you for the people that you brought into my life to make me a better person, to see my wrongs. Not just, listen, relationships aren't always to make you comfortable, okay? It's not always to make you easy or happy. It's also to change you in a better way. Always also to change you in a better way. So if a relationship, not abusive, right, or not disrespectful, we're not talking about that. He didn't come to me in a disrespectful way. He said very clearly, he pointed out what he saw, and he said what he had to say. That is a person loving you, okay? That's a person wanting you to be a better person. And maybe even if it's kind of for their own selfish reasons, because they don't want you doing it to them. And I'm not saying that people should say horrible things when they're angry or mad, but we all have been there. And what he is saying is to give them grace. That was his way of saying give people grace. Give people grace. I will keep scoring. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. Obviously, I'm still keeping score too. And Lord, change my heart, change my ways, Lord. I want to be like, I don't want to do me. I want to do God. Okay, I want to do what God says. All right. So that's not very becoming. That's not a very good trait. Don't do that, okay? Don't do that. Yes, this is perfect. Definitely hit home. My husband said the same thing. Yeah. He was like, he's like, you don't ever, don't you say things out of hurt and anger? He said people sometimes just hurt. They're just angry. That's not what they mean. And it's not. It's not. Thank you. Good morning. Happy Tuesday, Miss Novella. All right. So 1 Corinthians 13:5, which we've read plenty of times. Maybe we need to read it again. Maybe I need to read it again. Love does not keep a record of wrongs. Love does not keep a record of wrongs, and neither should you if you say that you're loving someone. Keeping mental score of when you're right creates pride and distance. Stop keeping score. Practice letting it go, even if you could win, okay? And sometimes, you know, we think we can win, so we just kind of, you know, I'm going to shut up. Because just the satisfaction of seeing, and that's horrible. That's really bad, but it's honest, you know. We are human beings. I am not perfect, and there's sometimes been satisfaction in seeing things go wrong because I knew in my heart you shouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? In that way. Not that I wanted to see you like hurt. Well, you know what? That's not true. I wanted to see some people hurt. I ain't gonna lie. Ain't no need to be lying. My ex-husband, sometimes I want to see him hurt. You know? So, Lord, take that away. Okay. Anyway, listen, I hope y'all know. Again, I'm not a pastor, a preacher, a teacher. Okay? I'm just telling y'all from what I know and what I'm learning. We are here to connect and learn at the same time. I am not trying to teach y'all something. I am learning along with you. I am not perfect. I am far from it. I am just trying to connect with God, and I thank Him for the connection that we have through this, what we do, almost every morning. So, practice inner security, okay? Sometimes the need to be right comes from insecurity, and that is so true. Remind yourself, I don't need to prove my wisdom. God knows my heart, and that's enough. You don't need to prove you're right. You don't need to prove that you're smart. You don't need to prove that, oh, let me, I'm sorry. Thank you, Miss Natasha. Let me pin that. You don't need to prove anything, right? You don't need to prove that you know something about something. You know, that'll come out. That'll come out later. You don't have to prove it. You don't have to do any of those things. Use gentle self-talk. When you feel frustrated that someone didn't listen to your advice, and sometimes that's what it comes from, we are frustrated because we know where they're going and we don't want to see them truly get hurt. But again, that's not our place. Okay? It's not our place. Unless, again, like I said, unless they're truly gonna get physically hurt. Of course, again, may I share something with you, because I don't want to see you end up dead. There's some things like I had to tell my middle adult child, the newest adult, the 19-year-old, should be 20 in October. She can't drive. And she wanted to pick up Riley. And I was like, no. You need some more experience, okay? You need some more experience. That's all I said. You would, no. It took you a while. It took you a couple of times, 3 times, to get your license. It's to pass that test. And she is my child that is not very serious, okay? She giggles, everything's a joke, and it's no joke on that road, baby. No. So mama can't stop you from risking your life, and I just pray, that Lord guides you and keeps you while you out there on that road, and He keeps the other people too that are on that road with you. But I am not going to willingly have my teenager get into the car with you and drive somewhere. So, sure enough, she had a little accident. She hadn't had a new car 2 weeks. 2 weeks, y'all. And sure enough, she had an accident. And she called me and she was like, Mom, I got into the accident. And I didn't say, that's why I don't let Riley ride with you. But that's what I was thinking in the back of my head. The car is fine. She's fine. The car is scratched on the side. However, I knew enough to know not to put Riley in the car. She's not ready to drive with her. She needs more experience. And when I see her, with more experience, then maybe later on, maybe about 3 months from now, we'll see. That's when you have to step in, right? That's when you have to lovingly, say, hey, it's not going to happen. I mean, because I could have just been like, okay, and, prayed and, hoped to God that they would get where they need to go. No. We have to be responsible, right? So I'm not saying be like that. But what I am saying is sometimes, I had to hold back on saying, that's why I don't let Riley ride with you. I had to hold back on saying that part. Yes, I'm guilty too of wishing bad things on people that hurt me. I've gotten better with that because God said that's not right. It's not. And we shouldn't. But we're human, and it happens. My kids got their license when they're 22. They still can't drive good. I be praying when I get in the car with them even now. Yeah. I ain't rode with her yet. My nerves is too bad. I already know who I am, so I haven't rode with her yet, but I know eventually it will happen. Her dad, actually, her dad came. They came and got Riley for breakfast on Sunday morning, and her dad was driving the car because he already knew, because I had already told him. I was like, I don't know about Reagan's driving yet, so we need to. And he was like, you know what, you're right. So yeah, but yeah, it's not good. It's not good, but in some instances we do have to express ourselves. So use gentle self-talk. When you feel frustrated that someone didn't listen to your advice, say to yourself, it's not about me, right? We're not doing me, we're doing what God says, right? It's not about me. They'll grow in their own way, in their own time. And that's true. They need whatever it is that God, I mean, because He sees everything, right? He knows everything. Excuse me, He goes before us. He knows what's going to happen, right? He knows all of those things. So there is no need for us to try to get in there and get in His business. Let Him handle it. Let them grow in their own way, in their own time. And here's the one that you need to take away from this. It is my job to love, not to control. Not to control. Because saying I told you so, having to be right, um, keeping score, all of those things are a little bit of control sprinkled. Okay? Sprinkled over them. And it is not our job to control. It is our job to love and support. Don't you want to be that person that they can come to and you can hug them and wrap your loving arms around them and say it's going to be okay? I got you. I'm here to support you. I want to be that person. That's the person I want to be. I don't want to be the I told you so person. You don't even want to call me and tell me what happened, right? Because you know what I'm going to. You know those people. You know those people. You don't even want to. You know those times you were scared of calling your mama and your daddy because they was going to be like, I told you don't do that. I want to be that person that they will pick up the phone, that they're not scared to call and be like, Mom, I know you said don't do this and I did it, and now I'm in this situation. I just need, okay, baby, because we all make mistakes. Baby, like I said, that whooping God done put on my head, I needed someone like that. And I want to be that person for other people, and I hope the same for y'all. I hope the same for y'all. That's why I'm here. I know I'm controlling, working on it. As long as you're working on it. Hey, as long as you're working on Miss Crystal, we all have our moments. Like I said, my husband had to, he knocked me down a peg this weekend, and that wasn't his intent. His intent was to let me, to mirror the things that I needed to see, right? And I needed to see that. I needed to see that I say that, and I do that all the time. And I am vowing to stop. And am I perfect? And may I do it again? Maybe. But I am doing it with the knowledge of, oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry I said that. You know what? You said that I love and anger, and I've done the same thing, and it's okay. So our affirmation is, I choose connection over correction. I lead with grace, not ego. And I don't need to be right to walk in wisdom. All right, so that's our devotional for today, ladies. I'm not gonna keep y'all because I need to I need to go because we're supposed to be heading to this place at 8:15, and that ain't gonna happen. But I hope this was helpful. Oh Lord, it was helpful. It was helpful for me. It was so helpful. This was such a good lesson, even better than yesterday. Hubby told me the time you were ready to receive. Yeah, he did. He was right on time with that. Because I was just a fussing and he was like, well, well. But yeah. But anyway, I love y'all. I pray and intend for you to have the absolute best Tuesday. Go forth with this information and really let it penetrate your heart. Ask God. My mom used to say that when we were young. Ask God to let it get deep into your heart. Let it penetrate your heart. And Lord, I hope that this penetrates our hearts, Jesus. In Jesus' name, amen. I will see y'all on tomorrow, God willing, at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Hopefully we won't have no problems, but if we do, we're going to keep rocking and rolling. Love y'all. Have the most amazing day. Bye. Oh, y'all are so sweet. Love y'all.